How much attention do you actually give your current circumstances? Zero, actually zero, truly zero. I have talked about this on my channel in multiple videos. I'm not sure if it truly has resonated, has reinforced this. My point is you give your current circumstances absolutely zero attention. Now, the reason is simple. Just because this is not what you wanted, this is not what you intended, your wish-fulfilled state is. Now, here comes the nuances. With the right self, with the precise right self-concept, the new version of yourself, or the self-concept 2.0 you have been developing, you have been living in, every single circumstance you are facing or has been throwing at you, you automatically interpret it to be, my wish-fulfilled state is on the way. This is going to lead to what I truly wanted. Automatically, you feel that way. You don't need anyone to say, oh, this is actually going to bring about what you really wanted. No, you don't need anyone to tell you or to reassure you. You really have that in you. It doesn't matter how quote unquote ugly, how quote unquote thrown in your face. It's so in your face. Some circumstances are just like, if they catch you on a good day, you just be like, are you really joking with me? I in no way I'm going to buy into what's going on here. What seems, it's always this, what seems, what can be perceived by you. So do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. Have your self-concept 2.0 goggles on, have this new pair of lenses on, and truly perceive, or train yourself to perceive it as, this is leading to what I truly wanted. I don't know how, I don't know, truly I have no idea. However, when things work out, when the debts are paid off, the debts are just you have no idea, they disappeared into the thin air, or what you wish to see just came out of the thin air. It just happens like that. It happens like that without you knowing how. And this is not your job ever. So don't even worry about don't even worry yourself with it. Just don't. Yeah. It doesn't matter how many times I say don't. If you do it, you do it. If you train yourself to withdraw from the temptation, from the interpretation, it's tempting, isn't it? You feel itchy. You want to fall into the lies or the perceived. It's actually traps. Because why I say it's traps? In a neutral state, right? In a neutral state, everything is allowed. Everything is allowed to happen. And this is the neutral state. We're not pushing against anything. Everything exists. Every circumstance, every version of the circumstance you would like to experience or not, they all exist, because to simply put it, these universes are inclusive. So whatever we push against, we automatically hold a billboard saying we would like to have more of this in our physical reality. That's why we do not want to have any resistance or we want to have the least resistance when manifesting anything we would like to experience. So I digress. It's all related though. We pay zero attention to current circumstances. It doesn't matter how itchy it feels, how attempting you want to buy into it, because this is not your wish fulfilled. Therefore, this is not your reality. You refuse to experience, buy into, feel into this current circumstance could give you the feeling. Therefore, it comes with all the emotions, the thoughts, the beliefs. We don't want that. However, we truly acknowledge their part, their versions, their existence, the possibilities for this to exist. For this circumstance that, for example, third party in manifesting a specific person, we acknowledge this, and fourth party, for the people that find this entertaining, yeah, the number goes on. We don't want to buy into, however, at the same time we acknowledge, because every circumstance, every version of the circumstance, it's all included. We are not pushing against any third party. We acknowledge they exist. However, we're not choosing to experience this as our direct physical reality. So it actually helps you to be in this neutral space, to help you choose again under the influence of, I acknowledge your existence, however, this is what I like to experience, and you stick with it. And you persist in this decision. You come back to the states multiple times throughout your day. And when you drop off the state, you remind yourself, self-awareness, and you come back to the state you would like to experience. You know, feeling is a secret. Tap into the feeling state. The tones, there is a feeling you could taste in your mouth. It feels different tones. There is a single life. There is a miserable single life. You feel single. You complain being single. You hate being single. And there is happily married version of you. You almost want to show off is how much you're loved, and you love your husband, wife. There is specific tone. Okay, that's enough for the first point. The second point is the inspired action paired with the self-concept 2.0. Because you already assumed this state, and you're living in this state. So you're living in this new you. Actually comes with the new thoughts, new beliefs, new perceptions. Your energy is completely different. You are paired up already with somebody, and happily you're in this happiness bubble or in this love bubble. Therefore, any action you take from this state completely, it just rocks the single life world. This it's unimaginable for the version of you that's single, the state that's no one comes to love you, no one comes to choose you. So the self-concept, so what I'm reinforcing here is, don't worry about taking actions. Don't worry about texting or reaching out to your specific person. No, that is the least you wanna go for, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you block them. It doesn't matter if you moved city. It doesn't matter if you moved country. It doesn't matter if you live in New Zealand or if you live in Singapore and they're in Europe. It doesn't matter. These are all circumstances. you pick the state that is wish fulfilled, and you practice staying in this state again and again, you truly land in this new self-concept, right? And everything is going to correct courses based off of your self-concept, based off starting with this solid decision. I will touch on the decisions. I will actually talk about it, go into depth with decisions in the coming videos, because there's decision making and there is decision making.